Most of the world is asleep at one of the most critical times to be paying attention to technology, as everything around us, around payments, around payment technology, it's all changing at a very, very rapid pace. We're going to be talking about it. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you become a subscriber to join us along the journey. As we really look at this announcement recently from Digital Pound Foundation, and they are quoting this 2023 Trends in Regional Payments report from Ripple. We have one, the payments industry is evolving rapidly due to shifts in consumer preferences, regulatory changes, and technological innovations. Modern payment solutions, including blockchain-enabled payments, are driving faster, more inclusive, and transparent customer experiences. Now, beyond that, if we look down here, we could have to help navigate this dynamic landscape, Ripple, a Digital Pound Foundation member, recently published its 2023 Trends in Regional Payments ebook, a comprehensive report of the latest trends shaping payment ecosystems worldwide. And if we go down here, we have delving into key insights by region, including North America, Asia, Africa, Latin America, and Europe. The ebook serves as a compass for businesses and institutions seeking to harness the power of innovative cross-border payment solutions. And we have open banking on the rise in North America, just number one out of most. Again, it's talking about modernized payment systems and how they are changing everything around us. This is a crucial article to read, but don't worry, we're gonna tap into it right now. So it got published on June 6th, and we have insights from Ripple's 2023 Trends in Regional Payments report. I did a ChatGPT full breakdown of this, and we have the global payments industry is rapidly evolving, driven by changes in consumer preferences, regulatory changes, and technological innovations like blockchain. And here is the different regions. So North America, open banking, growing consumer demand with 71% preferring digital or direct bank account payments. Challenges, patchwork regulations, and lack of consumer awareness. Innovations, launch of FedNow and adoption of the ISO 22 messaging standard for enhanced payment processing. Asia Pacific, digital finance leader, region leads in digital-only banks and real-time payment systems like India's unified payments interface. Challenges, privacy concerns, and macroeconomic volatility. Innovations, increased focus on digital transactions with initiatives like Japan's cashless vision. Africa, mobile payments, significant growth in digital and crypto-powered remittance payments due to limited access to traditional financial services. Challenges, interoperability and security concerns. Innovations, crypto payments enhancing accessibility and affordability. Latin America, digital transformation, shift from cash due to inflation and banking system challenges. Challenges, high fees and low interoperability. Innovations, growing adoption of digital payments and central bank digital currencies to promote financial inclusion. Then, of course, we have Europe. Instant payments, increased consumer and business demand supported by initiatives like the digital euro and the UK's faster payment system. Challenges, limited availability of instant euro payments and regulatory misalignment. Innovations, embracing CBDCs and creating a single EU payment area to facilitate cross-border payments. And we have conclusion. The global payments landscape is moving towards faster, more inclusive, and transparent payment experiences. Embracing innovation and adapting to changes are crucial for businesses and institutions to meet the evolving needs of consumers and remain competitive. I want you all to succeed this alt season, so I put together a full list of tools that you guys can utilize to track where the largest whales are putting their money in this space that could ultimately net you a ton of ROI. I'm also giving out 30 free crypto gems that are fully researched and even broken down into specific risk categories. Both of these guides are completely free. All you have to do is claim your access right now by utilizing one of the links down in the description below. What are you guys waiting for? Make sure that you guys have access to this, especially for this alt season that is nearing. And yeah, I mean, a lot of these areas around the world are changing at a very rapid pace. There's a lot of big changes on the horizon, especially with the regulatory movements happening within, like, for example, the EU. And as we really look at some of these percentages, like this cashless vision, even in Japan, which operates the world's oldest payment infrastructure, they put out this article, and it's to increase digital transactions to 40% by 2027. Even down here, like with 75% of consumers saying they would withdraw support of a brand in that case of a data breach, close collaboration between national governments and private companies to deploy solutions like crypto that can help address these concerns will be crucial for continued success. So solutions that are based around crypto is going to help address these concerns. So they're already telling you the story, right? Like crypto enabled payments, crypto this, crypto that, like it's all the focus of this massive change that is on the horizon around payments. Now, beyond this, big shout out to XRP Drops. We have Ripple's report trends in regional payments on FedNow. As adoption and implementation expands, we anticipate a meaningful reshaping of the US financial system or landscape. In the next year, we are likely to see the networking effect. Everyone's on it because everyone's on it begin to manifest itself in North America. And, that's another thing, right? As we start to see the full financial landscape or system, if you will, change to more digital-based processes, everyone is going to adapt to it. It's just like mobile phones, right? Just recently, a major update got pushed on mobile phones around AI. Now, not every single phone had this, but for the most part, most Samsung devices got it. Most Apple devices are now looking to AI as well. And when we think about that, like those are two of the largest brands around mobile phone devices. And all it takes is one update behind the scenes, right? Because it's a back end process. When we're talking about technology like blockchain and DLT, it's a back end technology. They won't even realize it. Mass adoption can be realized in a split second through an update that gets pushed to devices like mobile phones or even on specific platforms like Amazon, for an example. So think about how close we are to mass adoption. All it really takes is us getting over the obstacles like regulatory obstacles, for an example. But beyond that, remember that this is all leading us down the path towards the Internet of Value. We have Chris Larsen unveils the finished vision of the Internet of Value. To continue Chad's thought, see post below. Once you get regulatory clarity for digital assets and the infrastructure in place, most payments will be machine to machine IoT. That will bring the real Cambrian explosion. Now, what we have down here from Chad is it's hard to describe, but in the future, there will only be assets. It's still money, but different. And I completely agree. Like everything around us is going to be tokenized. Everything of value will be tokenized on chain. And this is ultimately the Internet of Value. Everything is going to be moved and settled in near instantaneous timeframes and at a fraction of a penny. And the best part about all of this is we know this, right? Like we were technically the visionaries before it was even a big thing. Like at this point, it's progressively getting closer and closer to mass adoption. More mainstream media attention is, focused on the space, but we were here before that, right? Like we knew about this, and now it's really starting to take shape. Now, listen closely to Chris Larsen here around what he's telling you, because this is exactly how we get to realizing in the full vision of the Internet of Value.
Are getting behind systems that make sense, like interoperability, and getting behind digital assets. Because again, the cryptocurrencies, the digital assets, whatever you want to call them, they also play a key role in that. Once you get the plumbing in place, those new types of assets that have no counterparties create incredible efficiencies to reduce capital that has to otherwise be kept by banks all over the world. Could be used for IoT, because again, probably once you get that infrastructure in place, most payments will be machine to machine. So that also kind of, again, once you solve the developing world problem, that also solves the IoT problem. So the explosion in the number of transactions is tremendous, and that drives a lot of what the demand for digital assets, which regulators are and banks are getting behind now.
So there you guys have it. And again, that's really all it takes. The regulatory clarity. The infrastructure is already in place. I think that's already in place. Ripple's already built the infrastructure. All it really takes is regulatory clarity. And that's it. Now, outside of this, over here, Chris Larsen has spent over a decade sharing his vision of the Internet of Value with others, never forgetting to emphasize that XRP is the asset of choice, especially when compared to the other largest assets like Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin. XRP, the digital asset for payments. XRP, reliable payments. XRP consumes less energy than Ethereum or Bitcoin. Listen closely to it.
A little bit then about how we see these and why we're betting, as you may have guessed, on the XRP ledger, and XRP is the digital asset of choice. when we're talking about the blockchain component of this Internet of Value. XRP clearly has, among the majors, the lowest transaction costs. It is the fastest, about 3 seconds to settle, and it has the highest throughput of the major blockchains. Now, again, throughput, important to, I think, realize that, look, most of transactions eventually are going to be off ledger in some fashion. They're going to be using payment channels, XRP payment channels, Lightning Network, whatever it is. However, the throughput is still very important because at some point, someone's got to settle to the ledger, right? So the more throughput, the lower cost, the more efficient it's going to be. And equally as important, you've got to have this predictability of settlement. So XRP is not just the fastest of the majors, but it's actually very consistent, about 3 seconds, and the variability there is very low as compared with Ether, Bitcoin, for example, which are going to have longer close periods, but importantly also much larger variability in its close. So that randomness is problematic for payments and payment providers. The other key thing is that the blockchain will have to be deterministic. It can't be changed, right? And not probabilistic. Bitcoin is a probabilistic blockchain. So that's going to be important for payment providers as well. Energy consumption, this is actually very important. So I think as we know, Bitcoin uses a lot of energy. So does Ether today until it switches to proof of stake. So we're looking, Bitcoin, I know there's different estimates here, but using about as much as the energy of the Czech Republic today, Ether about as much as the country of Jordan. The XRP ledger, because it's using a consensus system, is using a de minimis amount of electricity. I think here with the example, it uses as much as the town of Oatman, if anybody's from here. You get a special prize, Oatman, Arizona, population 140, so a de minimis amount of electricity. Obviously, that's better for the world, right? You're not polluting as much. But very importantly, that means that you're not wasting your seigniorage on, for utility companies and for mining. It can instead go into the ecosystem, which hopefully is liquidity at the end of the day. I think liquidity is really what drives value here. So that's an important feature there. And that's why we have chosen.
So you guys have it. And again, XRP, from my standpoint, and from all the research that I have done, XRP seems to be the best in class for specific use cases around payments, around DeFi, tokenization, pretty much anything that these institutions, anything that we're now starting to see become a big deal, it's the best in class technology for that. And you could argue, oh, what about Hedera? And yeah, I think Hedera is great. I think these projects are great. And it shows you that it's not going to be Bitcoin. It's not going to be Ethereum. It's not going to be these heavy hitters that we are so used to bringing up in conversations. No, it's going to be the next generation technology that really overtakes this entire market through utility. XRP, HBAR, QNT, Casper, these are great projects that have incredible utility behind them. And right now, yeah, everyone's dismissing them because price action this, price action that. But as you look at the Internet of Value, as you look at these documents that are, really, being given to you by these organizations that make your fiat dollar, that cash that's in your wallet or that card that's in your wallet, these organizations that make that system work, they're already telling you that, listen, that system's done. It failed. It's finished. We need something new. And in every single one of those documents, we see a couple names. We see Ripple.
A little bit then.
Right? And we also see XRP. XRP is brought up in conversation. Ripple's in conversation. Ripple's at all these private meetings. It always seems to be Ripple sitting there with the IMF, with the ECB, with the World Economic Forum as well. We know that Ripple is a big name at Davos. We know that Ripple is a partner of the World Economic Forum. As we look at Ripple, it's very hard to bet against Ripple, and it's very hard to bet against XRP. I would argue that if you're betting against XRP and if you're betting against Ripple, then you're clearly missing the target. And for those out there that are getting frustrated with price action, I understand you. I hear your arguments. I hear your side of the story. But I also want you guys to understand that it's very easy to get frustrated with price action. Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Nvidia, these are all projects. These are all stocks and companies that if you look at their stock performance, it wasn't up only forever. No, within there, you still had a lot of time periods where it just went sideways. It didn't perform much. And then guess what? When the company grew and grew and grew and the product offering grew, the stock grew as well. Crypto is different. This is technology. As the technology gets adopted at mass scale, as we start to see the internet of value be realized as we start to see payments, tokenization, all these big things heating up in us in such a large way, we see mass adoption. Guess what? The utility is not going to be treated the same way that stocks are. We are going to see exponential growth around these assets and the value behind them as well. That's where the real value of XRP really gets forged in. That's when we really start to see the real value of these assets like XRP, HBAR, etc. So I'm very excited about that time. I'm very excited for what's happening. Payments are changing. Our entire financial system is underway in terms of this new financial system that is coming. Technology is advancing rapidly. Change is happening rapidly. You need to focus on this. You need to be paying attention to it. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.